installation of those things.
You enough wires and cables running through this place.
I can't see
Rob will be
nothing on
strolling
there,
in
so
here
I
in a
don't know
little
what's
bit.
happening.
It's okay, they know our voices. If they're true watchers.
I'm waiting on,
But that's not the official time, it's here, or 4:01.
so what's that clock up there for? Just, that's prepared, get prepared, cause it's almost, except it's the wrong way. All right. I'm gonna wait till Sammy's done so we can get started. Just let me know. You good?
Proceed on.
Okay. We call this meeting to order. Mr. Brown?
Here.
Mr. Hanson?
Here.
Mr. Gosh?
Here.
And Rod's on his way. If y'all would take a look at the minutes from the June 3rd meeting and approve them at your convenience.
I make a motion we approve them.
Second.
All in favor? Great. Review the finances. They're not as pretty as we was hoping.
Charlotte, have you talked to 23?
He jumped right in, he's ready to go.
Yeah. That's kinda odd, isn't it? Was it like that during your last meeting?
I don't.
Yeah, just like
Your
2 and 4
Your
would be.
June was
I
paid.
have not, but they've definitely skipped a month,
They skipped,
couple months.
yeah. There's Mr. Rod.
I don't keep regular callings on that, I don't have much time in my schedule at all to chase these things, I really don't.
Charlotte.
No, I don't, and they've just added 2 more committees to my plate, along with it.
Well, the A&P ought to be on the top of
With a
your
great
plate.
big old raise, I'm sure. So that's fantastic. Congratulations.
No, no raise.
Congratulations.
No raise is even possible, I've been here that long.
Is tw-
Anyway,
Is 28 still in business, I guess? So what do we need to do to loosen your load?
well, we need to get a code enforcement officer that can chase these,
How do we do that?
because they're wrecking
That's the city side.
these people.
These two here.
Yeah, the council has not yet blessed it, figuring that out,
Oh.
that request.
I bet they'll figure it out though.
We used to have one, but it dropped off, and animal services went under police department.
Mhm.
So the code enforcement part is just not being done.
Police department doesn't take care of code
I mean,
enforcement?
The mayor's assistant is doing some of it, but she's not chasing A&P,
Oh.
she's doing the overgrown yard.
It used to be one function, code enforcement, animal control, and then we split off animal control to the police department.
Animal services, AC.
Can y'all
Animal
not just
services.
make
Well,
a
if,
position?
if the assistant was chasing this, the way she chased that sidewalk approval stuff, we wouldn't have any yellow.
That'd be awesome.
There you go.
I mean, really, a person needs to be able to dedicate more time than I'm even able to. I really am not able to do it all.
I totally
And
understand.
I hate the way it keeps making me seem like an underperformer, but you know I'm not.
No,
You're not an underperformer.
no, absolutely not.
There is no way.
Well, you do a lot of knitting and I don't know where you get all that time. Crochet, I mean, sorry. So really, we have nobody that can go and enforce these no pays,
Not at the moment.
not at the moment.
Not really. I mean, we just don't have that person employed here anymore.
And the ordinance change we were looking at last night, that's gonna make that I didn't read through all of it, but that's gonna make it easier.
Which ordinance? The AMP one?
Yeah,
Well, we tabled it because we've got to figure out more on that because legislature has said you
Right.
can't mess with AMP.
So we're just gonna
Now without
amend it.
other people. So we're gonna have to go back to our existing like criminal penalties one and store it,
do it,
secure it away if we can.
do it a different way.
Deal with it because we're not supposed to. Ever since 2023 is when that went okay. So we can't just do
Well-
things in the AMP ordinance. According to Bob, is that right? I haven't read the law.
But the amendments, definitely no repeal and a replace.
Yeah, they were fixed to repeal and replace, and obviously if you repeal, then we don't have an ordinance, and
So we're looking at an amendment,
Looking at amending the previous ordinance to get
And-
it back to where we are.
and what,
I think Travis has got it figured out.
and what we were after was the penalty part.
The criminal penalties is still in effect, it just references the original ordinance that has been repealed. It all
Okay.
happened before 23, so we're okay
Yeah.
there. But we can't go in and repeal and replace the 22 ordinance anymore.
But
Since 23.
without a code enforcement officer, it doesn't matter what ordinance you have, there's no one there to enforce it, correct?
That's
the
correct.
thing.
I mean, you can ordinance yourself to death, but if there's nobody gonna enforce it,
If
then
nobody's willing to enforce it, right, but
you're wasting your
still,
time.
well, it still takes time to get policy.
We
in
just really
place.
need somebody that's after this. I think already some people know that, the city won't come down hard on you or whatever it is.
Well, of course, yeah.
And I think the reputation's already been established, unfortunately, and it's just the people, the honor system, those people that are paying are
Doing
doing
it,
it on the honor system.
So what do we have to do to get a code enforcement officer?
Get out of the red.
Yeah. Oh, have the money to pay one.
Quit having the financials up there and it's just red, red, red.
So you can't afford to pay someone
It's
else.
becoming Tom's favorite color.
Money's the problem then.
Yeah.
Well, money's
So-
the problem with most things.
Yeah.
We'll start going through budget and we should start seeing budgets in late October, November, right? So here in 10 weeks, 12 weeks, we're gonna start going through budgets and see where we're at. Hopefully our revenues are not declining the way they're declining now. He's gonna talk more about it here in a
Can't you
little bit.
pull some money from the street department for paying code enforcement guy? They're laughing.
He pulls money from the general fund.
And I will say that, the city attorney has prepared, a template letter, and he asks that I go ahead and put in the name of the person I want to send it to,
Mm-hmm.
and email it back to him so he can actually, sign it. and send it out.
But it doesn't matter still.
Well, I don't know, I think they carry
You have
some weight
nobody
if
to
it's,
enforce it.
well, I mean,
At least they'll get a letter from the
city
city attorney.
attorney though, yeah, that'll be good.
There's only
That carries
4 of
some
them on
weight.
here that are delinquent right now. It's just a few months. I don't know that they're
What about like
penalized for
30,
it.
what about 37 and 39?
Some actually collecting because they're not, and they know they should be.
There's 37 and 39 that ain't paid
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, no, and I mean, you got 23, you've got,
16, 33.
yeah,
people,
16, yeah.
They know.
Yeah.
already that they- And I don't know, maybe they are collecting. Maybe
Can the police department not enforce that,
Are
right?
they getting,
They
Is that not part of the,
don't have code.
do what?
They didn't take that code enforcement on.
Well, why not? You're paying an officer to stand there. Why can't he get in his car and drive around? Huh?
You want me to speak on that?
Please. Yes, come up here and talk to us about code enforcement. I'm trying to get some money out of the street department, but he said no.
So, if he can't do it, Parks can. So, we desperately need a code enforcement officer, and the two gentlemen on the end know that, we discussed it, and they're right, there's lack of funding
Yeah.
to do anything these days. But, it's an important job, not just because of grass and vehicles and things like that, but this is a big deal, this could help A&P immensely. And to answer your question, because I've talked to Chief Hobbs about this more than once, several times. So when I took the position and split it back, code and animal control used to be, it was one, it was two, depending on who was running the show and that sort of thing. Can you still hear me okay?
Yeah, hear you fine.
So I split it, with, after talking to Chief Hobbs, it wasn't necessarily his idea, but he does not, this is his opinion, he does what we tell him to.
Yeah.
And he'll be the first one to say that, I'm not being sarcastic, he works for the city. But the police department, I don't want the police department to be labeled as the code enforcement officer, because the police department has enough to deal with negativity without code out there doing what code has to do. There's nothing that's gonna be pleasant or good about a code enforcement job.
Yeah.
There's nothing. You're not gonna get thanked. It's kinda like being the mayor, right? You're not gonna be thanked on a daily basis. You're the bad guy or the bad lady, depending on the situation. So the police department does not want to take on more of that they already deal with every single day. So the goal is, my goal is to hire somebody else, put them in a uniform, as we talked about, arm them, really. I mean, and I'm not making fun or lie to it. I think the code enforcement officer are gonna deal with the same people at times, and I don't mean this about restaurants or anything, but sometimes they're gonna be dealing with the same folks that the police department are dealing with. So there's no reason that a code enforcement officer can't be armed or shouldn't be, and they have been in the past. Casey was, and we armed Casey. And so it just makes sense to have it. We've got to get the finances in order to make it happen. We've got to make it make sense, but it is a need for the city. One, help you guys or help this commission gain what they need from the taxpayers or people that are supposed to be paying their taxes, and then of course grass. Grass is a minor thing, and then you got all these other
I mean,
issues.
I'm looking at this right here, and I would estimate $10,000 just by looking at this, the people that hasn't paid.
And when I say being armed, I'm not expecting any code enforcement officer to go up with his gun drawn at the food court, demanding it. But I would feel obligated to pay a little more if somebody showed by my place of business once a month or 2 months and say, hey, here's this, you gotta remit this and let's
But
take
we
care of
can't
this.
ask the police to just drop off a letter for us. I mean, they're not
A
going
letter's
to
fine,
enforce
but-
anything. They're just dropping a letter off saying, hey, yeah, and pay.
I can testify that a letter is a start, but it doesn't fix your problem.
No, it doesn't.
It
But
will
at least,
absolutely.
And most of them letters just.
Danielle
go in the
sends
trash
out,
anyway.
Well, but-
she sends out 150 letters every 2 weeks or a month, and not everybody complies.
I mean, number 14 has always paid, and now that it's changed, they haven't hit a lick yet, and they know it's.
So, as this is a council issue, not a commission issue, but we got to get in a position where we can hire.
Well, what I'm afraid of
officer.
is this getting so bad, by the time we do get a code enforcement officer, these people owes us tens of thousands, they can't pay.
they're never gonna pay.
I'd rather catch this earlier. I wish that we'd have caught it earlier, but,
Yep.
the longer we wait on this, the worse it's gonna be. I mean, y'all know how it is when they get so far behind, they just,
Don't think anybody's gonna ever say anything.
yeah, and then they owe so much money, they can't pay it back. So, I don't know.
That's
I'm
my
gonna leave it
two
up to
cents.
the council. They're gonna be our saving grace on
Thank you.
getting this taken care of. Thank you, Mayor.
And a code enforcement officer will also do more than this. It
Yeah.
takes care of the ugly things in town, grass is growing, stays after people. But the proper time to talk about it is during budget, where you can look at the whole picture. And doing something on the fly with declining revenues is kind of a little scary.
Kinda hard, I understand.
And so budget will be coming up and it'll be discussed then. And I would assume that we'll take care of it.
So I think that there's nothing we can do ourselves between now and,
Let the city
other than the
attorney,
attorney sending letters, about the most we can do.
and a letter from city attorney is pretty scary.
Okay.
Of course, I might just get scared too easy. Maybe number 14 doesn't care. He just takes all the city attorney letters and throws them in the trash.
Yeah.
It'd get my attention.
Well, that's why I think 2, 4, and 23, if we send them a letter, it might at least get them.
Yeah, I mean, what's up with two?
Caught up.
They've always been,
Yeah, that's all, it's corporate type thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
always been on top.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
And the other one below it.
yeah, 2, 4, and 23 are.
that's
I
kind of
think if we
crazy.
send them a letter, it might just remind them.
Where's that at?
Oh,
What is
yeah.
that? Number 4.
A letter will. Those guys right there.
No kidding. I mean, look how much money they
Well, all three
That's
of
what
them.
they're called.
A letter would. All three
I
of
think
those
those
guys would
three,
catch
yes,
up.
I think so. But we have to ask for a letter and she,
I mean, two of them you're dealing with corporate people.
you would think, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna letter them up. That's our plan? Is there anything Rod can do to help you out? Take some burden off of you or Chris?
Yeah, we can deliver a package if we need to.
Why me? Why, yeah, Chris doesn't have all that much going on.
You have a letter, yeah, I don't,
Well, you're fixing to be retired
I
though.
sit on my front porch and
I'm trying.
Okay, so, finances. Do we wanna hear from Tom?
With bated breath.
Unless you've got good news. If you got good news, we don't wanna hear it.
Oh, some of my favorite colors. Actually, I want to give you a state of the update of what's going on with the city before leading into yours.
Okay.
Because I do have some analytics and some statistics that the city council saw last night. So first, I want to quickly show you on a cash basis that the city sales and use tax, our trend is negative all across the board for the whole year. Right now, we are recovering because our cumulative loss is down to, or below break even, or below last year's numbers, 5.69%. We budgeted a 3% increase, so that's an 8.69% off the budget. Just wanted you to see that, although July over same period was up 1.11%, so we're trending in the right direction. It's just that we had a huge issue in February, which had to deal with rebates to the city sales and use tax on the city side, which affected this to the tune of $115,000, and it really put us 22% down. We're trying to recover from that. Doesn't mean that the retail sales dropped. It just means that the tax structure, which I'm not going to go into right now, it affords a rebate to those people that have single item purchases $2,500 or more, and they can ask for that money back as far as a seller is concerned, and that happened for large projects that are going on in the city. So then what I've done is I've shown here what's the probability of us actually having meeting the current budget. Our budget is 3% growth. We're averaging $290,000 a month. The 2024 distribution over the remaining 5 months is $318,000. In order for us to meet our budget, we would have to average every month $365,000, as you see over here. That's never happened. So the probability is less than 1%. We'd have to have a boom in order for us to be able to say we're going to actually meet budget. So that's not highly likely. The average distribution needed to obtain a zero growth, we're looking at just meeting what our last year's numbers were. We would have to average $343,000 a month. We've done that once, which was November of '24. And there's a probability, but it's less than 20%. So we're probably looking at coming in under even a zero growth from last year. So then when I look at the rebates and the audits to show you the impact, we're showing on a cash basis 1.11% because it's based on the distribution from July's last year to July this year. So we've actually increased 1.1% of the distribution. And a lot of that had to do with what was going on with the adjustment for rebate and audit. So when you add that back in to come up with total taxable sales so that we know what the barometer is and what the sentiment is on consumer confidence within the city of Greenwood, you have to add that rebate and audit back in, and you'll notice that the number really is for retail sales, taxable retail sales, of about a 1% increase. So you can see the impact that the rebates and audit have, and that we get that rebate and audit almost every month. So I wanted to look at the whole year for the city, for city sales and use tax, January through July. When you adjust, this is the amount that I told you we were at on a cash basis. We're down 5.64%. Cash is king for us because you don't have the cash, you can't spend it. But what I wanted to show is what is basically the taxable sales sentiment within the city over the first 7 months. So the city's actual taxable sales is down 1.84%. So it is trending negative, but it's not as bad as it was early on in the year. So we're recouping. Just so you know, this is the trend line for the taxable sales. That trend line is 1.84% down. And even though this says November through May, that's January, February, March, April, May, June, and July. It's because 2 months of the actual collections is distributed 2 months later. So November is January's, December is February's, and so forth. So that's why it trends that way. That's why you see those numbers. This would be the 2024's taxable sales versus 2025's taxable sales. This is the good news right now. We're actually above the trend line from last year for the 2-month period, April and May, the collections. So hopefully that'll continue for the remainder of the year, and we'll come closer to zero. This is the county sales tax. One thing to note is that the July over same period for the city was up 0.53%. So that is trending positive. That helped this negative deficit from June get a little bit better to 1.39%. But you'll notice we are all in the red. Started pretty much last year in 2024, and it's continued all this year, pretty much consistently. The probability for us to be that zero growth is less than 20%. Again, we have to achieve 221,608, and we've only achieved that one time, and that was August of 2024. So, this is the combined for both the city and the county, does not include A&P. This is just city and county sales tax. And you see that we're at a combined 3.91% decline, lower than last year. Okay, so this is now coming back to your financials. The amount that we have listed for the revenue and expenditures, the revenues were $119,000 and a budget of $237 for the year. This number should be a little bit well higher than that. I want to show you first that this is where we came up with the $11,544 that's remaining to be potentially distributed today. That's your purview or pleasure. The beginning balance was at January 2025 was $58,000. You've collected $119,000. You granted $162,000, which is less $15,000 of what you from the bank account from what you actually brought in and had in the bank. So that left a outstanding, well, it left a fund balance of $15,665. The total outstanding deposits through today, the outstanding deposits for what came in for today, $8,583.27. The remaining pledge to the splash pad is zero. You have satisfied that obligation for 2025. The total outstanding committed grants, I think there are 3 of them, 12,704. So of this 15 plus 8, 12,000 is already committed. So you have 11,544 to spend. That's what that report is basically showing you. And this goes actually all the way through today. So here's your trend, just like I showed you the city and the county. This is the A&P for the year. Negative all the way across the board. That's month over same period year, same month year. And this is the cumulative, 2025 over 2024, and you're down 11.49% on a cash basis, what we've actually collected through July. This is money in hand. We do not reflect what just came in August. That will be on the August report. But this 11.49% is merely the difference between the 119 and the 134. But you budgeted a 4% increase. So you're really 15.5% down from budget, which is what you are looking at being available funds in order to distribute to these individuals who are here asking for grants. I hope they understand that too. The grantable funds was 11,544, as I just showed you. The collections for 7 months of 2024 was 134,705 for 2024 through July. Our collections this year is 119,230. The amount short of a zero growth, meaning we just collect exactly what we collected last year, is 15,475. But of that money, being that it would have been collected, 45% right now would have been distributed to parks. So you would have had at your avail 8,511 more had we just been at zero growth. So your amount that you would be looking at distributing today instead of 11 would be 20. If we did meet the 4% growth, we would be at 140,000. Our actual collections is 119, so that would have been 20,000. You'd have given up 9,300 to parks. They could have used that to use it in their coffers to do better on certain events and programs. That would have been 11,000 more to your coffers, and that with the 11,544 and that would have been $23,000 you'd had today in order to distribute. So that's what would happen in that case. But let's talk about that past dues and the people that are trailing behind. That's causing a little bit of a problem, as you know. And if you did have the, what did you say, 10,000 for the year so much?
That was just
on an average,
rough,
just as
yes.
a guesstimate. Well, that would have made $33,000 you would have had today in order to address the needs of the public and the future needs coming up, and what's not even up for grants until October. So there's your trend. The trend line, by the way, this year is flat. I mean, it is going, you're seeing the numbers being negative, but it's a flat year. July, this is all Julys, 2018, 19, 20, all the way to 25. Every July, and what Julys usually historically do, and you see what's happening in 25. And this is your 7-month for each of these years, what was collected in 7 months and where we are now. Okay, this is your A&P 5-year trend. And I cautioned the city council last night to not put too much stock in the fact that, well, look, we're going up. The trend is positive, so we're good. Except what you look at is you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the last 8 months are negative. And what happens there is that pulls that trend line down. And as that continues to be negative, that trend line is going to get more flattened. And that's affecting the money you have in order to, and I'm telling you, all these requests are going up. These costs are affecting them just as much. So their grant requests are not necessarily the same amount as it was in previous years. So what I wanted to do is show you each month, what you see here, each year rather. This is 2022, so I'm going to do a 5-year look. This AMC stands for average monthly collection. So in 22, your average per month was 16.8. In 23, and there's your trend line, flat. In 23, your average collection was 17,853, and it's slightly negative. And in 24, your average collection was 18,983. It is negative for the year, for just the year of 24. And in 25, the average monthly collection was 17,000. Now you see the big dip, and here's the thing to look at. Your top number here is 19,000. We're 20 and 24,000 in this area in 24, so you can see we're well below what we were in 2024. So I'm going to show you the 3 years, 21 to 23, and the 2 years, 24 and 25. And you see your trend graph was positive in the 3 years, 21 to 23, just after COVID. But then you see the decline starting in 24 all the way down to where it is now. So that gives you a little bit of better picture to say, let's not just look at the 5-year trend line and say, oh, it's good. And you're well aware of this, I know. This is the City of Greenwood's Parks restricted fund balances, and you see what Parks is facing. They did have a summer camp program, and right now they're about $9,000 in the hole, so the city sales and use tax or the Parks funds are going to have to cover that because we can't have that virtual account in a negative. So that's money that come out of their coffers. Plus, the Parks has an air conditioning unit at the pavilion, which is a revenue-producing entity for the Parks Department. Go out, and that's going to cost $31,000, which was not budgeted, and they had to do a budget resolution for last night. And that's necessary because of the comfort and the use of that pavilion, and it is a revenue producer. So that's going to eat into the number that you see here.
This balance as of 7/31. So they're down about 313,000. They are right now budgeting to be at 317 all in. And right now they're 21.06% higher than these two numbers are. This is higher, about 21%, primarily because the expenses don't all align with when the revenue streams come in. So we're really anticipating this number to be about, right here, to be about $250,000. And that's well below what when I first started here, it was $1 million. And then we set a $500,000 number because the Cuthbert Bridge happened. And then after the bridge, we had the splash pad. So all of these things were enormously expensive but necessary, and now that's what right now the commission's having to live with. So this is your Freedom Fest. This is actually the Parks grant. Right now, the balance in the AP fund at 8.5 is $7,789 as of today. And if you look at the budget for the Freedom Fest, it was $53,000. They came in $7,811 under right now, pending any further invoices to come in. And then the Fall Festival's budgeted at $6. The Christmas in the Park, which lags a year, that's already been completed because the bills for last year's Christmas come in 25. So they hit that budget by bettering it by $592. The good news is that if they did spend the $53,000, they would be still short of the money in the bank to pay. Because that's what they have in the bank, and if they did spend this, all $53,000 of it,
plus there was $4,500 that came in for the two 16-inch shells that were fired off, the fireworks that the city picked up the cost of. And that's probably way more than you really wanted to know.
Wasn't nothing good in there, I'll tell you that.
That's money. That's what I do.
Put that yellow cup up so you can say it.
It's like, yeah, discretionary spending is really going down more so than people just buying just what they have to buy.
Yeah, a new roof on the building here, for instance, which happened because we have leaks now, and the air conditioning unit, these are contingencies that we don't have money just tucked away for. And that coupled with the downslide in the tax collections is why they're hesitant right now making, pulling the strings on adding staff.
So that 7,000 and some change for the Freedom Fest, is that all that you saved? From cutting the Freedom Fest in half, the time, you only saved 7,000?
From the budget.
From the A&P
53,000.
budget alone? I thought it was like 30-something thousand, you said you. So you were almost $30,000 is what it adds up then, roughly, okay, from last year. Okay.
You wanna make a motion to approve those finances?
Sure, I'll make a motion to approve those finances.
Second.
Great.
All in favor? Sounds good to everybody, thanks.
Doesn't sound good, but it sounds accurate.
All right, first grant request, Sebastian County Fair. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize, cause y'all got the same bad news we've got.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It's,
that's a tough act to follow.
yeah.
Do
we can
wanna
only
give
do
you-
what we have.
Do wanna give you a little bit of an update, and that is, our pageant took place 10 days ago on a Saturday. Had it at the PAC, went very well. Arkansas, Oklahoma Fair did not have a pageant director, so they joined ours. So we did a joint pageant, so we had 50 queen contestants, and then we had our talent competition, and went very well.
Was it attended very well?
Yeah, we had over 300 for it.
Okay.
And the nice thing is that we had, with the addition of Arkansas, Oklahoma, we had people from Northwest Arkansas, from Oklahoma, down south as well.
And because they joined, it was happening here.
Yes, because our director's the one that could coordinate.
Right.
They were already having one. The other one didn't have a director, so they all just piled in with their director.
Good.
And I think that might continue, only because the facilities at K. Rogers with regards to a pageant are really not conducive, especially when you compare it to the PAC. You've got dressing rooms, you've got a stage. Kennedy Holland did come and sing the national anthem for us, so that was a nice start. All right, give me the bad news, sir.
I can just go straight to a motion if you want. I mean, we've kind of discussed this, but I can make a motion. We can give you $6,500.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
That will be my motion.
By the way, I do want to say one other thing. 5 years ago when I came here, the attendance at the fair was under 8,000. It's over 13,000 last year. So
Excellent.
Well, and I think what Tom said too, we've got to, I mean, unfortunately, the costs are going up for you guys, and our money's going down, so it's going to start turning into, we normally have for years just given as much as we can and try to talk them down a little bit, but at some point in time, it's just going to become, we can only do so much.
well,
And
hopefully we can turn that around for you.
We would hope,
Thank you,
get
guys.
Brahms opened up.
Thank
Oh,
you.
do we want to make a second?
We got a
and
motion waiting on a second.
Second.
All in favor of 6,500? Great, thanks. Chamber of Commerce.
Two of us, we want to be broke.
I guess with y'all's help, we're doing something right with races, because we just keep growing. I think you probably heard our 4th of July race was another all-time record. We had 400 runners enter our race for July.
Because you're giving away too much free stuff.
You know, and you guys go along with us and doing things like the quality shirts. They tell us this is their favorite race that they go. We got people that race all over the country. Again, over 70% of them are from out of town. So,
That's awesome.
so this is what we're asked for this year for the Yule Run, is the same as we've had the last couple of years. And if we're early, and we are, I think we're a month earlier than we usually
Earlier the
come.
better.
Yeah, we were gonna make a motion to bump you to October.
Yeah, that's
meeting.
fine.
First in
I took
October.
it into Charlotte to keep my own feeble mind from forgetting to take it into Charlotte. So, yeah,
Yeah,
we
if
can bump us
move
to
you
the next
first of
meeting, that's
October,
fine. Yeah.
I'll make a motion of that.
Second.
Everybody good with that? All right, thanks.
Good, thank you.
Thank you. By the way, at Alma, does the code enforcement, the same one take care of all of Alma's A&P? Or do they have somebody working for the A&P that,
No, I think it comes out, I'm not sure what it comes out of the mayor's office there, but they don't have a specific.
person that takes care of that?
Just get some pistols or uniform and
Are you meaning Alma or Van Buren?
Van Buren. I think he means Van Buren.
No, I don't know.
Van Buren.
His first couple of years there,
You
he
mean
got a
Van Buren.
3-foot long plated piece of log chain and tan log. He literally
I met Van Buren, his wife is an A&P chairman. Oh, did I say Alma? Sorry, I meant Van Buren.
They got a lot more.
Yeah.
He did mean Van Buren.
I did mean Van Buren, I probably said Alma.
Oh, Van Buren, they do Merrill does that, all that.
Oh. She does all the collecting and everything like that.
But, you know, they're looking at $1 million budget.
Yes.
Yeah, but they still have people that don't pay that they have to go see, and I'm
They
sure.
go through the full process, they file liens, they do, you know, they will make a lien on your business, your house, your car. Really?
Huh. Charlotte's new job.
You get to carry a gun and lean on people, evidently. That's the.
Mr. Horn, Arkansas Children's Hospital Disc Golf Tournament.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Good.
So, you've heard me a few times. It's our 14th year to do this, to raise money for the Children's Hospital. Have people that come as far as Oklahoma City, Central Arkansas, even some people from Missouri at times. I've already had the Oklahoma City guys getting on to me wanting to know when I'm gonna have my tournament. Cause I normally have it in August. We've actually moved it back to November the 8th and it won't be hot. Last year we actually had 92 participants. Still trying to aim for the 144 since we do have 2 courses now. So that would be the most we could, well, not the most we could have, but really just an aiming point for now. Any questions?
I know I'm not a disc golfer. I'm a pickleball player. When I'm at Bell Park pickleball, there's always somebody playing disc golf until. I know that doesn't help your thing, but Bell Park's a good.
I mean,
It's
really
used
well
on.
liked.
Yeah.
I mean, and those people that come to play it from Oklahoma City, that's probably the only time they play it.
Yeah.
But they are attracted to the course, not only the tournament, but the course is, if it's not a good course, people don't want to come play.
No,
So
it's
You have
difficult
to be
and-
proud of that.
Yeah.
For what it was designed for.
Well, I'll make a motion that we can give you 5,000.
Second.
AC, everybody in favor for 5,000? All right, thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
My calculation is you got $44 left. Is that right?
Is that what you got?
Clear? That's what, $44.83.
Yeah.
How much? National Honor Society, candy for the Halloween Trail.
Good afternoon. I'm Rayleigh Wagner. I'm from Greenwood High School, and I'm the president of National Honor Society. And I'm here to represent our Greenwood Halloween Trail. This event had over 3,000 attendees last year. 2,000 of those were trick-or-treaters, and so this has grown into a really large undertaking, which requires a lot of candy. A lot of organizations do donate candy, but because of the large scale that it's gotten to, it takes a lot of money to get that amount of candy that's needed.
How many people would you think comes through your trail that you give candy to? Did you say 2,000? Around 2,000?
2,000 2,000 kids.
No kidding.
That's you, really? Oh, there you go. Will the construction won't affect you this year, will it? Okay. So we're gonna walk around
So
Bell Park?
basically, $1.75 per kid is what you're actually paying for your A&P money. I mean, that's not bad at all.
No, it is not.
I'm just taking off of Rod, he always calculates what each person costs
Fairs are great.
through
This
A&P
is
and.
the candy hater right here, though.
No, I'm not. But I mean, that's good money right there, $1.75 a person.
Well, at this time, we don't have the money, but we want to support it. So can you come back in October and see what we can help you then? We're kinda, but we don't have anything big we don't see coming up, so hopefully we can get enough money to at least give you guys some.
You would probably be after the Yule Run,
Yes,
and then,
yes.
yeah,
That's it.
you'll be the one after you, so you'll be second in line.
It would be tough planning, because you'd only have a week to come up with all this candy.
Make it work. Now, were you in the paper this past week?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, I thought you kinda looked like one of the ladies there in the paper. Oh, okay.
He's just saying you're beautiful. So,
That was notwithstanding, yeah.
Moving on. She tried to hold
Yeah,
the door.
let's move on.
Too, I was coming down, like, you don't hold the door for me.
Yeah, we need a
I'll hold the
motion
door for
to,
you. I made the motion.
Second.
everybody okay with that? Raise your hands. Not you, right? Yeah, all right.
I don't
The,
have another one for that one.
Greenwood High School Music Theater.
I don't have one of those online for that one.
I don't think anyone's ever called me beautiful from this podium before, so.
Yeah, you're not gonna get
Yeah.
that.
It's
We know
early.
you weren't
It's
paid.
early. Mr. Powell's got my back. My name's Tim Pearbolt. I'm a theater teacher, musical theater teacher at the high school. This is the same amount that we've requested for the past several years. Obviously, we know that budgets are tight for everybody, but this year we'll be doing our Tarzan musical. We purchase T-shirts and then ads and whatever we can kind of find to pass out to anyone that we can that have dates and information on them, just to help get the word out to people outside of our community that the production dates are happening. There's a fly, sorry. That production dates are happening, the events are happening at those times.
So you're at $3.50 a person.
Oh, man. I'm double the price
You're
of
double the price
of
person.
candy.
Just letting you know, that's what we,
Man.
if you get
See,
what
when
you're
you get a
asking
shirt
for.
versus a whole
Say
piece of candy.
$1,200 is about what you're getting coming to your,
That was our kind of overall, over the past several years, our average. Obviously, some shows are gonna have a higher attendance depending on the title. I do feel like this one will do well.
And in their defense, there's kids that get to come to this for free that he doesn't include in the
Well,
$1,200.
they're paid, yes, yeah. The kids, that 1,200 are the 2 nights that we do the public show, yes.
The school kids get to see it for free.
oh, so we won't be counting those. So maybe those odds are good.
We do, if we wanted to count, yeah, per kid, that's a lot. However many kids are in Greenwood schools.
what is the date?
November 20th and 22nd, I believe.
So I'm gonna make a motion that you come back in October.
I mean, we got like $40.
I understand, yeah.
And, I mean, you're third on the list, we'll definitely, again, it's a great thing that we've always done to help you guys out, so.
Well, we can give you the $40 and that's it.
It's a tough decision, let me tell you. So, okay, thank you, gentlemen, so
We'll
much.
definitely do all we can.
Yeah,
If you know anybody who wants to enforce codes,
Call us.
we might have more
Maybe
money
there's
for you
somebody in
come
the room who has
October.
experience with it. Not pointing fingers, Casey. So.
Okay, inclusive park, we got anybody? Oh, I'm sorry.
I made the motion.
AC seconded already.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. All in favor?
And this is to table it?
Table it for next meeting. All right, inclusive park.
She was already halfway up there. She was ready to go and then backed out.
We're gonna make a motion to, we really mainly just wanna keep
Thank you.
let them know what we're doing. We've had a couple of small little fundraisers this summer, that was huge. We are officially a 501c3, and we plan to continue to help raise once we get this awesome playground done.
Don't you have an advocate for y'all now that's pretty big, or am I reading that wrong? Our new Miss Arkansas, does she have advocate for?
I think she's super busy. But we are sure gonna tap into that
Yeah.
because she's been part of our group.
What's her name? Is that the Llewellyn girl?
Kennedy
Holland. Kennedy Holland, the one that.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay.
Holland's on.
Yeah, all right.
The one that he said sang at
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
hoping that that'll,
pageant.
at some point, when her reign will, maybe be able to do something.
That's her whole platform for Miss Arkansas is inclusive playground.
Yeah, I think that's what.
I think that was our first big fundraising project, was swings or something like that for all
Yeah,
inclusive.
she has her own fundraising group, but she's worked with us, so
How did the fundraiser go down here across from the dairy?
it's all right. We were out there and people saw us and
We had more people stop by and just hand us money out the window than people that stop by.
stopped and, but I believe probably they got a lot more business because we were here.
Sure.
Because everybody pretty well we all knew, so. But,
Gotcha.
but we just wanna keep,
I don't know the rules around it, but our company owns a burger business in Fort Smith that does fundraising events and gives percentages of their sales to the fundraisers. I don't know what you would have to do to qualify. If, just being any old fundraiser is fine, or if it has to have certain things, but you might reach out to the orange and white hamburger restaurant over on Towson area. Okay.
Oh, wait, no.
All right, not Towson, Zero Street, over by Rogers, Whataburger.
Whataburger. I was gonna say, he's trying to say Whataburger without saying Whataburger.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Burger King.
Trying to be
You
nice.
said Rogers, then you said Towson.
I know, and I got lost. But I don't know what the rules are, because it's our company, but it's not our company. But they do fundraising.
You have to be a 501c3, so I did have to wait until like this
Okay.
last month, but I did put in a request.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Because I know they've been doing a lot of it right now, getting their name, just
I
getting
have an exit strategy.
more involved in
I'm
the
ready.
community. They've actually hired somebody now that does in community involvement stuff. So they may be somebody to look at for a little bit of a fundraiser for you.
our last meeting, we talked though, we were gonna have a fundraiser and we all decided that it's just with parents trying to get kids ready for school. It's
It's tough.
the best time for us to,
Mhm.
kind of
Understand?
get more money out of this, so we just decided to put it off a little bit. We're out there and we like to keep ourselves out there.
Keep knocking on the doors.
Well, I know you heard all our stuff, but when the time comes, if we can, you've been you're raising money, you're coming to us, keeping us up to date. Those are things that tell us you're not waiting on us to write a check. You're trying to do everything you can.
I just
And
came
know
from
I
Mercy
appreciate that.
Clinic today and went down Veterans Road, and kind of T-bones right there to, almost to see the sign real well as you kind of sitting there at that stop sign. So I think, to me, it's more visible from that direction as the people just, driving by, up and down Westwood or whatever. So maybe that'll give that sign some visibility too. People know, hey, that's where it's at.
Well, eventually they're gonna get tired of you knocking on the door and they're gonna pay you off. Just don't come back. Here's enough money to finish the job.
We're getting there. It's been a,
Well, thank you for everything you do.
we're gonna keep busy. So thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do we just keep carrying it forward?
Yeah, it's just as long as they want to come. Yeah.
I make a motion, we just put them on the next meeting.
Yeah, if they want to come, they
Did
don't
they have
have
an
to.
open
Greg.
can already, I guess?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay. Everybody okay with that? All right.
I thought that was a standing policy, just to leave them on the bottom and,
Well, I mean, it kind of is.
It kinda has
They're
been.
the leftovers.
Right.
If they want to come, yeah.
So
Okay.
So you could grant them
$44.83.
$44.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure and ask.
Yeah. I know it.
you can have a little bit in our checking
Yeah,
account.
we don't, Mike told me.
They'll close it if it's a zero.
We don't have to operate the whole A&P like my checking account.
He said no.
Do you need a vote, or, y'all heard the motion second, do you need a vote on it, or do you just wanna kinda have it?
Everybody kinda did vote on it. Everybody approved it. We'll vote
We're all
again if
good.
you want.
We got it. We all
Sure you want us to vote again?
had the same fly about it.
All right, number 7, discussion of the revenue of the Parks Department. Anybody kind of want to weigh in on this? I've got kind of an idea. I know we can't do anything with the budget till December, is that right? Everybody just go through December? So, whatever's coming out is coming out at least till then. And I mean,
I know, I think that at this point in time, just blindly giving a certain percent out is not working for us. We're getting more and more people asking for events to come into the town, and it seems like I understand we're helping the Parks Department, but I feel like maybe we need to look at that and consider whether or not we need to lower that percentage in the future, and then maybe come up with a way to manage it a little bit more. I don't know. That's just my thought on it. I hate telling people they can't come in here to do an event, and nothing against the Boy Scouts, but a Boy Scout wants to build a pavilion, and we've given the money for that, but we can't give money for a Yule K run or something like that. That's what worries me. So that was something I thought of.
Well, for the longest time, we've been blessed with increasing
Absolutely.
revenues.
Absolutely.
This is the kind of the first year that we're not, and so it kind of really makes you, the number of requests have still kept increasing, and so it makes us kind of, I think, really reevaluate everything.
Well, and I don't think it would mean the Parks Department still can't come and ask for more money. That's not, we're not saying, no, you can't come if you want. If you got something going on, you could still come and do a separate grant request, but it would give us the opportunity to maybe issue it to other people that may need it, or be able to give it to them if that's what they're asking for. That's just my thoughts. Mike,
I'm in the same boat as you are. I'd like for them to, I would like to have more of a side on what they're spending the money on. I love the Boy Scout projects, but I would figure that was something a Boy Scout would want to come to us.
I did give y'all the,
And,
Yep.
and we could grant a Boy Scout project.
Yeah, it's part of them,
It's part of that learning.
Yeah, get them in front of some people and talk and ask. And I know, Rod, you and I talked about it.
And they have
Sometimes that
before.
might be
Rod's
difficult.
had the Boy Scouts up
Right.
there before.
And sometimes timing for our meeting being at 4 o'clock may be difficult, but even if they come at 4:30 and talk to us, or 5 o'clock,
I'm just kind of marking through some stuff here. $290 for stump grinding. I hate to see the A&P money go to something like that. I think that should come out of that Parks General Fund.
So when is our budget? December? So we have until December to decide what we want to do.
Budget. We can right now. My idea was to we can't change the amount of money we give to them till December anyway, and I don't even know if y'all want to do that. But I would like for the money to go into a separate parks fund, an A&P Parks Fund, and then we can grant them money out of that account. Say he's got 2 months worth of projects he wants to do, he comes up, we'll approve projects, and the money will come out of A&P's park fund.
it's already in a separate virtual account,
But the parks can dip out of it whenever they want.
so you're wanting to stay in A&P?
I want to stay A&P until we see a grant application. That's just me, whatever you guys want to do, but that was kind of, I hate not having control of it.
That's
As a
something to
business
think
owner, I
about.
wouldn't do that as a business. Just give somebody my checkbook and hope they do great with it. I would, I like to, we're the stewards of this money.
Right.
So if somebody come and ask me, hey, what does the parks done with that money? I could say, I don't know. They just go buying concrete and sand, I don't think it's being spent exactly the way we want it to be spent.
That stump grinding was for Fox Run, which was the budget project.
Okay.
But still, I think it's still the same thing, it's what really the purpose of A&P money is to be, spent for.
Is to
and stuff.
promote
It's-
the city of Greenwood.
Right,
I will say
advertising,
that
promotion.
back then, it wasn't in the parks, and it's all being written out of A&P, and I wrote the check. We wrote quite a few checks to Yager's for all these little screws and.
At least we knew at the time they were doing it.
Well, I guess,
You did have to come by and sign.
Yeah.
Right, and I think that's what he's kind of saying too. Like the Fox Run, we at the A&P may have decided we don't want to fund another 18-hole or another that, and then we could say no, we don't think that's important, and you could then come to us with something else and switch the money and still find something that we would approve. But I don't know. That'd be kind of the thing is let us kind of approve what we're doing. But if we're doing that, then we could just ask them to come every month. But that's asking a lot. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know, I'll just read through this. Wood stain and brushes for Ben Bryant disc golf project.
Yeah, Eagle Scout project.
That kiosk thing, is that what that was for? Yeah. Y'all would've
Markers
probably
for-
rented it out.
Yes.
Probably woulda.
Right.
And I mean, it's not, it's not a ton of money, it's, but there's a bulletin board for Ben Bryant disc golf.
That was kind of showing the layout of the course.
That's like $1,500.
Yeah.
That's why you have a big attraction here with that course.
Yeah,
He did a beautiful job with that
he did.
course.
But I think what Mike's point was is that if someone said, so what is the parks money you're given from the A&P being spent on? We're like, we don't know. I mean, we get this report
I would
once
just,
a month,
I would just
but
like
it'd
to
be
see
nicer
the
to
Boy
know.
Scouts coming before
I
us.
agree.
It's part of the learning process too for them, I mean, they may come to the Parks Commission and do it, I don't know. Or they may just come talk to you, but both. And present what they're wanting to do to you, and then you approve it.
They also, most of the time, everyone that I've done so far, they've addressed the Parks Commission.
Oh, okay, so they've actually went to the commission and talked to them, tell them what they wanted to do.
They have to have the benefactor sign.
Okay.
So they have to do a presentation in front of the
Well,
benefactor.
and-
And all those cases.
It's my
are-
ignorance, cause I really didn't know how that worked.
Is Freedom Fest separate from our budget of 45%, or is it?
Those are all events, there's 3 of them, and I showed you the financials for the Parks
Right.
Department, and bottom line is, if the total funding for that doesn't come out of Parks, it comes out of the A&P.
Right.
Yeah, that's how those events are put on.
Yes.
And it's supplemented by the, general and admin, or general fund.
Okay.
Because even if you put on a $50,000 when it didn't cost $50,000 for that event, it was a lot more than that. There was $25,000 just in fireworks, which was picked up out of the general fund. But
Usually the city always paid for the fireworks.
Sure,
I don't think A&P's ever paid for the fireworks.
my point is the salaries and everything else that goes into the people that work that, as far as the city employees are concerned, still picked up by the city. The point I'm trying to make is, right now, their coffers are so thin that they can't afford on their own without your funding that project. And then they can only put on the project to the extent that you fund it. They would otherwise have to turn it to the city as an event and say, this is a city event, this has to be budgeted under general, Parks is no longer involved.
But if we said, okay, we want to control it all, but we still want to do Freedom Fest, we could make Freedom Fest an annual thing that we take out and then do other things as you feel necessary? Or do we just give the money and he budgets it where he wants it on Freedom Fest if that's what they want to spend all
He
of
can
it
come to
on?
us with a Freedom Fest grant like we used to
Once a
do.
year, that's what I'm saying.
He said, this is what I want, this is what we want to do for Freedom Fest. We'll approve
Right.
the grant, your money's already in our account.
Yep.
So she'll just write the check out of the account that the money's already still going into.
Right. So you would have to budget that in the December meeting if you want to go that route.
Right.
Which is totally fine, you're just going
That's
back
the way
to
we used to do it.
Yeah, that's kind of
So,
what I was thinking.
if
it
they
was
do
Freedom.
that, then they would have to have that disbursement in the first 6 months, so that they would have the money for when the expenses is.
Sure.
Well, we used to set some aside every meeting,
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
imaginary number.
Right, well,
Right.
it would have to
And it
equate
still
to
does
what
now.
they're donating to, or what they're granting.
Yeah, I mean, the percentage would still go into the same account, the same amount of money. We haven't changed any of that. The only thing we're changing is he has to come to us to ask for the money instead of going to the Parks Commission and telling, what he's gonna, that's the only thing is what you're gonna change. The money's gonna be there. It's just gonna be a little more work for Casey, cause he's gotta come up to us now and we gotta wear him out with all he's buying. That's the only thing that's gonna change.
It's totally fine,
Yeah.
So we're still transferring the 45% like normal?
till the end.
Until the end of December, and then we,
That's
yeah,
already been-
so we're,
And then you wanna just go back like it used to be?
No,
No,
we're-
I haven't said anything about changing the percentage, just, like for the
No.
park.
I mean, next year,
that's something
we
we
don't
want to,
even transfer the
we need to talk, we need to be thinking about it, so in
We will
December.
transfer it, but we transfer it into just another, it's probably the same account, it's just the parks can't get into it no more, the A&P's the only one that can get into
No,
it.
I think he's thinking about keeping it like it is, except every time Casey wants to use it, okay, he has to come here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. No?
No,
That's
I'm
the way it
saying-
used to be.
The way it used to be is they would come in and ask for
They
a
just
grant.
asked for, it would,
Well, it would stay in the AP, but they're wanting it to still transfer over, I think.
yeah, I understand, that's what Mike's saying, but
Right, but if you grant them the money, let's say you grant them $53,000, like you did this year. If you granted them $53,000 and they told you in their budget at December, when it's presented to you in your December meeting, then you would have to plan
how you want to disperse that, because you don't have 53,000 sitting in your
No,
account.
we would put the 45% in there every month, same as it's going right now, 45% of the A&P
But where are you putting it?
into another account.
Into your account or into
Not
their?
my account, into the A&P's park.
You
The
can't,
Fox A&P
what they're saying is,
Like it is, right?
Yes, just like it is.
but you can't give it to Casey and say, all right, here's your money, but you gotta come and ask when you wanna use it.
That's the problem.
That's what you can't do. We either have to keep the money in our own and have Casey come every time and ask, or we have to give him the money and say, just show up every once in a while and tell us what you're doing.
Because once it's budgeted, it's their.
All we want is transparency. We wanna know what's going
I
on.
totally understand, but read the ordinance. The ordinance
basically says, once you give the money to the Parks Commission, they have totally, complete
They have
control.
total
You're right.
It doesn't say you have that authority after you give them the money.
You're right.
So-
We don't. That's what the problem right now. We don't.
So then the only option is to not give him the money.
You're trying to do that, and that would mean a change in the ordinance.
Don't give him the money, just keep it aside knowing that we may want it.
I thought it was just in the bylaws.
It's reading it right in the ordinance, the one that established the Parks Commission. It
The
says
45%
monies
is not in
contributed,
there,
it didn't say 45%, it says any monies contributed to the Parks Department
They can
by
spend
the
all.
A&P Commission
Yes.
is under the complete and total control of the Parks Commission.
Correct.
So, I mean, it's like, well, we're gonna give you the money, but we're gonna rope on it. That's not.
I
how
don't
they
wanna
want
rope on it. I just wanna know what it's being spent on.
Well, and.
I don't want it back. They can keep the money. I just wanna know what they're spending it on. Right now, we've got no idea of where the money's going.
Yeah, they can work that out with reports, but I don't have a problem in them going back. I mean, I don't have a dog in this fight.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that with the money that the parks has, if you don't contribute to these events, it's a city event.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have three choices. Keep giving them 45% and letting Casey do whatever he wants to do with it. And he can come tell us, let Parks do what they want and tell us what they've done. We can lower the amount to a different amount, or we can say, we're not giving you anything anymore unless you come and ask for it, just like every other person.
I hate that because
And one of those three, pick
I
one of
hate
those
to
three.
do that because if there's no money left, then they're probably not getting nothing this month. So it's things the parks ain't gonna get to do. I just as soon take the 45%, just like you're doing, put it in a separate savings account through the A&P. We'll grant them out of that savings account.
So they want to control that account.
Correct.
I'm just telling
I want him to grant application for everything they
Just
want
want
out of
to
that account. The money's still going over there. It's still there. We're not touching it.
I totally get it, that's fine, but.
He's just drawing money out of it. It's just like a savings account that they're drawing money out of. It's my idea.
Mull that over at your next.
That's what we need to decide what we're gonna do before December.
Well, we don't have to wait till December, do we? We just
Well,
can't
no.
change that percentage till December.
Right.
You'll have to change the bylaws as well, because it outlines this entire process that we've been discussing. I mean, it literally word for word tells how this process has to go.
The bylaws doesn't say that we have to give the money to the Parks Department.
It doesn't say, there's a whole section under the grant
You
fund
changed the
program that talks about the
Did we really?
department allocation.
Yeah, that's where it talks about the 45%, not in the ordinance.
Then it's been
The
changed.
ordinance doesn't talk about percentage, it just says, once you give it to the Parks Department.
Correct. They can do whatever they want to do with it, yes.
Well, it just says you can pledge revenues to it.
Correct.
It doesn't go further.
The 45% is in the bylaws.
When he talks about the
Yes,
ordinance, we
yes.
copied that part of it out of state law. So you kind of enact a part of state law when you enact the A&P Commission. So,
But if Casey comes to us with a grant, he wants 10 shovels. We don't have to give him that money for those 10 shovels. We don't think.
If you want total control, then just make them come for a grant every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
That's
That's the way
totally up to you.
that's the way I'm looking. I mean, y'all's different. What do y'all want to do?
Well, I mean, I was just kind of like, as you were going over this list, showing, Ben Bryan's projects and Michael Turner's projects, they were all, I mean, in some ways pretty detailed.
Yeah,
You saw.
they are.
Oh, yeah.
But then in the very last one there, it said Liberty Bridge Construction. There was, 8,000, but it was not really kind of, broken down. It was just, again, just $8,000, here you go, and I think, again.
That's the
to me,
big
that
wooden
was-
bridge out on Weir Road, isn't it?
With that-
We looked at.
With just kind of the transparency, again.
That's what I say. Somebody asks you, well, what money paid for that? I have no idea what money paid for it. It may have been Parks, it may have been A&P. I don't want to be, that way. like to know where the A&P money's going.
And we need complete control.
That was different, that's just one single vendor building, working the entire construction process. It's just like us paying Crawford Construction for, splash pad, several different subs, but if the money comes from
Oh, is that right? Okay, I was thinking for some reason it was another scout project or whatever. I thought it was kind
No,
of different.
that was just an individual that built it. I mean, what do y'all want? If y'all wanna keep it the same, whatever y'all wanna do.
I gotta go.
Hey, thank you.
I got,
Thanks, Sammy.
I'll tell you later. Okay.
I think, just to think about it, let's talk, more in detail in the, I think it's some good thought.
Okay. I mean, if y'all wanna leave it like it is, okay. Y'all's the votes here, not me. I just got ideas.
Me and Lee pushed for that to be the way it is. That we were the pushers to try to give them 45%. Parks can be in a precarious position, and they're probably in probably the most precarious position now than they've been in. We've got, if the sales tax doesn't pass, Casey won't be employed.
Correct.
There won't be a parks department. It'd be such a small, it would probably be absorbed into something else, maybe absorbed into the street department, because they just won't function. So that's what I mean by precarious position. By giving them, I mean, Lee was helping me push that, if y'all can remember, and we were pushing that 45%. I do understand the accountability portion, and it seemed to start with the pickleball court.
Lights.
The lights.
The lights on the pickleball.
The lights on the
That's where
pickleball
it
court.
started.
It's like we give you money to do something else, and then you
For Freedom Fest.
you did something we liked, but we just, and we ended up,
Anything about it.
we didn't know anything
It wasn't you.
about it.
We gave money for Freedom
it
Fest.
wasn't you.
We didn't do Freedom Fest,
is before
so
your
they
time.
used the money and put lights on the pickleball court. And it was like, well, that's not what we paid for. We didn't. We're not.
It's a
Now
good-
I
it's a
used
good
the heck
deal.
out of the lights on the pickleball
it's a
court.
good
There's
deal.
still one out, by the way. One pole out. But do it. Oh, you fixed it today.
Well, I understand the part
yeah.
of accountability, and
That's
accountability
just
is
me.
more
I
of
like
communication.
I'm with you.
It's more about on communication.
Yes.
And I understand.
And each department director's had different personality,
Yeah.
and some were a little more communicative with others. But I'm a bit indifferent, and I kind of listen to Chris and Sammy because y'all are the ones that collect it. And I think, to me, you and Sammy have a little more weight than the rest of us.
And I don't. Sammy's left again. I feel like the A&P is designed to help bring people into town, and just immediately giving almost half of it to the Parks Department and saying, do what you need. I understand that. I understand what the Parks Department does, but it doesn't leave us a whole lot of money to give to other people. I mean, it gives us half, but
But
I
they
mean,
bring a ton of people to
the
town.
fair brings a lot of people.
Yeah.
The rodeo brings a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on that brings people to our town, and pavilions at the Boy Scout Park. I don't know how many people are coming into town to go to that. And I'm a Boy Scout, so I was. So I mean, so I understand that.
You were a 54 kid.
It doesn't talk about Parks Commission at all. It just says that the A&P revenues can be pledged to public recreation facilities and its environments. Just saying. But our budget, if you go over there with 45%, I mean,
Once
it
you give it to
says
them, you
that
give it to
over
them.
it anymore.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, once we give the money to them,
It's that-
they can buy pet dogs with
Yeah,
it.
it's an
It doesn't matter.
My mindset in the beginning was, you created the Parks Commission and create the A&P Commission. You give all the money to the parks, and I was copying after North Little Rock and Clarksville. They have one meeting a year, give all the money to the parks. That was my original mindset. So
You got a lot of other people mad at you. We can let them
well,
get
but
down.
it didn't happen that way because I couldn't get the Parks Commission in place. I failed. And then all of a sudden I got the A&P Commission in place and I was successful. And then
All these people start rolling in.
Wade Dunn's wife was the very first one. She wanted money for the Coleman
Cancer research.
for a cure.
Yeah.
And, I had 2 newspapers breathing down my neck saying they were going to make sure I was unelected, and
Right.
and I didn't serve on it, and y'all started doing great things. All this stuff was just great things, and by the time I end up here, I'm like, y'all built it into something that's just
Right.
great. It wasn't what I was originally intended to do, but then
It's working.
me and Lee started talking about the parks, and we said it would be great if they had a percentage they could count on.
That percentage has worked well.
Yeah.
It
If,
has been a happy medium.
It
People
has.
have still been able to have their events, and Works has been able to do what it's gonna do.
We're just in a lull right
They've
now,
done- yes.
and there's not enough.
And because you pledged a lot to the
And-
Splash
extra
pads.
above the, you know.
and
Yes,
that,
which is now
and
paid
that
for this year.
percentage
Yes.
was to deal with the lull, to where they went down and we went down. And that's the reason that our conversation was about the percentage when we were talking about it, and not just an amount. Because we talked about giving amount. Well, what if we have off years like we're doing now? They go down, we go down, but we still both function.
Sure.
Also, we ran out of our pad that was built up during COVID. And that kind of gave us a false sense of security for a while.
We had a ton of money
None of
just
that
left
pads
over from
out.
COVID, yeah, we spent.
Chris, I'm gonna back you and Sammy.
Well, we
Y'all
need
are
to
collective, whatever y'all wanna do.
Bader and into it too. They're the ones that are doing it.
You have
I think we discussed it quite a bit, you know, and I think it's just something to mull over, you know, and bring back, you know, in the October meeting.
We can table it.
But I think y'all's frustration all comes down to accountability and
100%.
communication.
That's all I don't care about the 45%, it's just, I wanna know where every dollar's going.
Like you said,
And have my signature on that receipt.
So then the
You know,
question on the communication would
I
be,
actually seen it with my eyes.
do you want to know before they spend it or after they spend it?
No, before, I want a grant
I,
application.
I like the way they work doing it. They were coming in, even when we're giving 45% and say, we're gonna do this, 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 and this, and then they went out and did what they said they were gonna do until the pickleball court. And then that started the frustration. And that was a little bit in Tammy's period. And, but before that, we were very happy with the way they communicated and
Well, I think, you know, just like Mike said, you're the one that set the tone for like accountability, you know, you're like the cost per, you know, attendance there, but also kind of what they're spending it on, because, you know, it really should be advertising and promoting Greenwood, not just, you know,
Like I say,
buying.
it discourages me that, you know, we can't give money to the Yule Run, but we can give money to them to buy paintbrushes, you know, to paint a pole. I mean, I don't know, it just kinda looks bad on our part.
Right.
I mean, the parks, it don't matter if the parks, they can do whatever they want, but,
Right. I think,
and I
you
know
those
the
things are
pole
just
was
be-
making it look better and all, but I would
I-
think that that's part of the parks money. The parks money should be spent on paintbrushes and,
Well, but like I'm saying, we are stewards of this, and so we are accountable for how the money is spent, and so I think we should know exactly what it's gonna be spent for. And like I said, it all started with the pickleball courts and stuff, but we said, wait a minute, you know, it's not,
yeah, we knew nothing about it.
But
yeah.
when you have a project that you're grading towards, paintbrushes might be part of what makes it happen.
Well, bring it to us and let us be the ones to approve it or not.
Because there again, just like Mike
The
said,
money's, you know, the money is, we're the ones supposed to be, you know, watching where it's
Yeah,
going.
you
It's-
want
We
really
need to
tangible items.
weigh what's more important.
and it's all about accounting. I mean, you say, okay, the A&P money's gonna be for this, so I'm gonna have to, I do have some money over here that I'm gonna have to allocate this over here to paintbrushes, and I can do, you know, this for, you know, getting the people in here to town or whatever, so.
Well, I guess the A&P Parks budget is broken down like per project, but when somebody presents a grant, you see more of the detail of what their project involves, such as
Yeah.
supplies.
And that-
You're able to see that more than just the project name over here on the A&P budget part. I think that's kind of a missing thing that's happening.
that's that communication component.
The detail is not.
I mean, just,
real.
if Casey would've just came up, hey, this is what's going on at the parks this month, you know, we're doing this, this, and this, you know, just letting y'all know where the money's, but, you know, we're just in the dark.
I didn't know that was the expectation.
It's not, but it's just a courtesy thing,
I would have.
you know, I mean,
That was how that worked. I thought A&P Commission was a funding source.
it
We kinda
is.
got away from,
I understand that, but I didn't think that I was accountable to you guys.
You're not accountable, but
well, kinda are.
Well, you
That's
kinda
back-
are,
look
yeah.
back in minutes.
If
But,
you,
a
if you
report
want,
was supposed to be given to you at the beginning of the year.
obviously, if you,
If you want to keep the 45%, we might need to,
yeah.
we might need to change that.
Obviously, if you want 45%, you are accountable.
Like I said, I don't mind to do that, but I just didn't understand that that was the expectation.
well, now you do. It's just these guys may not care,
That's
No,
but I care where the money's going.
If you would like to have a report just like you have in your hands right now, justifying it.
Hey, this is where we're planning on spending the money for the next, you know, 2 months until your next meeting. I'll come back next meeting, let you know what we're gonna do for the next couple months.
And I can totally
we could look at it and says, man, you got about 15 shovels, is there, you know?
I can do it by the month and email it to you.
Yeah.
I can make it happen however you want.
Oh, I don't like emails, I don't like computers.
But
I like paper.
okay.
But,
You
hey,
understand?
whatever y'all wanna do, I'm cool, that's just my opinion.
Yes.
Yes, table it.
I definitely think we need the other two guys here if we can.
I won't talk at all in October.
You know, motion table it since.
Chris made it.
I'll make a motion to
Second.
table it till October to discuss it some more.
I might also say that my understanding was that the annual budget functioned as some of that accountability as well. Where those projects are listed out individually.
Just like everything else that goes on, that's just how it normally is.
So I mean, I'm not trying to deceive y'all, that's not my.
No,
I understand.
No, I know, definitely not. I mean, you really can. I mean, it's somewhere, there's a paper trail,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
My
But
files are out there, you can find them.
just me personally, I don't feel comfortable not knowing wherever all the money.
And again, like Rod said, we're in a unique situation where we've normally been able to keep people coming, and now we're not, and now we're looking at it going, we can't give this, but we did something that really probably wouldn't be as important as what we're not able to fund. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where it comes into.
I think we're frustrated with them because we can't give these other guys
Yes.
the money to the level we were, and we're wanting to kind of, the frustrating is kind of, we're wanting to direct it at them and take money away from them so we can continue on with these other
I don't
guys.
wanna take any money away from them. I mean, let's have
At the
to.
level.
I think you're able to pay us some extra stuff that
Mhm.
you've done for the splash pad.
Yeah.
On what you're being given. You've been given them 45 plus the interest payments on the splash pad.
Yeah,
That was quite a chunk of money.
it was.
Then now you feel that because you have to.
That pain won't go on forever, and boy, there's a lot of kids using that thing.
We're going for 4 more years. Because we did it for 5 years. So 3 more years? Okay, 3 more years.
3 more years.
I have similar frustrations because there's things inside of that account that I can't distribute.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm feeling that pain too. I would love to pave another mile of trail on the backside of Bell Park, but I can't because I stuck it in this year. And I tried to move the scout projects to city services. Because I thought it was fast and I could
They have stepped out. If you think about where the parks was here 10 years ago, boy, they have really jumped out, and there's a lot going on in Greenwood Parks. And that department probably does more with little money than any other department. They get more done with smaller amounts of money.
Parks Commission's very good with their budget.
They use a lot of people. I mean, when you're talking about scouts, all this other stuff, they're using all these groups to get things done. And,
And some of my frustration maybe with the cutting the Freedom Fest short, which I'm over that because I got anything to do with that. You know, that may be some of my frustration, but I don't wanna take any money away from the parks. I think I do spend it on stuff that you think is the best. I just like to know where it's going, you know, that's just me. Accountability is 100% for me.
I agree.
Because if someone asked me, I want to be able to tell them, yeah, Casey came up, he told us, yeah, A&P did pay for that. You know, that's just me. I wish we could afford an officer to collect on. We just hire somebody to do that. You know, that'd be cool. Then we have $10,000 more today to give
and
away.
you would have 10 because the rest of the city bears the burden of the cost of that guy or one girl.
Well, that's true, insurance and
So,
everything.
yeah, sitting on the A&P Commission, I'm with you. Those sorry jerks, they won't hire somebody to go collect us.
We can't enforce
Yeah.
it, there's nothing we can do. Truly, nobody in town has to pay that A&P. They could just all quit tomorrow, and our job would be really easy then.
Well, like someone told me, I mean, sales tax, you know, the state will shut you down if you're not paying if you're not getting your sales tax, but the A&P tax is
It's
whole
kind of
different
the same
creature.
thing, we just gotta work to get it. The state really is not gonna help us out to get A&P.
Right,
tax.
they're not.
We gotta get it,
4-page criminal penalties ordinance, there's gotta be teeth in it.
something in there, but we just ain't got no one to throw the cuffs down, you know?
If we could get, like Bob said, a guy that looked like Guido to go up there with a big chrome chain and stuff.
A little less red, a little more black, we'll be all right.
Okay, we're good with commission comments. Anybody ready to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I just wanna say a quick thing about the A&P ordinance that we're
What's that? Say that one more time.
Codification Committee.
What is that?
That is all of the city's ordinances. a
All the
committee to
codes.
Study
Oh.
what's broken in there and clean up.
I
that
see.
kind of thing almost. Just a quick version. And the A&P ordinance is one of them that's a little broken right now. Because we repealed and replaced it because y'all wanted that short-term rental stuff defined. You did. So we did it. And then shortly thereafter, legislature said you can't mess with anything else about A&P without votes of people. So that criminal penalties ordinance that we have, that we did not repeal, because, well, we didn't need to, it references the original ordinance that is now repealed. So, it's in effect, if somebody really wanted to push it, we may not win anything with our criminal penalties ordinance, because it references something that's dead. So we need to fix that, and so we are in the process, codification committee, of trying to fix that the best way possible.
So you have to get a vote of the people to change that?
But we don't think so, but we still need to meet again, it was on for a first reading last night, but we had to table it because there's still some problems.
So you say a vote of the people, you're talking about the vote of the council representing the people, or has to go to a vote
The
of the
electorate
people?
of people.
If we want to change anything in it, we
But-
would have to go to a
So,
vote. They're trying to
the
work around it.
original law, which was, I mean, as a citizen of Arkansas, I think it's a little unfair that, you know, a council can, put in taxes without asking them. And in that one case, A&P Commission, you could go in and put a maximum of 3% on a hotel motel and a maximum of 3% on restaurants and not ask people. 4 councilmen could do it in that community.
Correct.
That was the major fight when it was all happening, but the law said you could do it. We did it. And we put 3% on for hotel motel and put 1% on and that's what started the A&P Commission. Well, it's been picked up other places in the state, and they've gone in and said that you can't do that anymore. It has to go to the vote of people. So if we were to repeal the ordinance, we can't do a repeal and replace. It's all got to go to the
Can't repeal that
citizens.
anymore 'cause in 2023
So,
something changed.
what we don't ever want to do is repeal the A&P, the original A&P ordinance, or this commission doesn't exist anymore
Yeah.
until the citizens of Greenwood as a whole,
We
the
can lose our
populace
tax.
Yeah.
said we'll do it, so.
Every time Fort Smith tries to increase their A&P, it gets,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
gets nixed.
there were conversations here several years ago about sticking another 1/4% or another 0.5% on to try to get an aquatics center or something like that. Though we could not do that now, not in today's world. That's the city. We couldn't send it to the city council and say we want to repeal that ordinance and add a 1/4 to that 1%. So now it's 1 1/4 or 1 1/2, and we're going to use that for aquatics or whatever. We can't do that anymore.
It's a levy of tax that has to go before the
We're-
people and the people of the town.
We have to ask the people.
We're lucky that sleeping 3% is there, and we need to always leave it alone.
Only
So-
one person paying for it.
Yeah, and he
Oh,
was
well,
here.
Yeah, and I tried to chase that thing.
Fine.
Well, several of us
Yeah.
tried to chase that for sure.
Airbnbs.
Get more to pay, but it is.
Yeah, the Airbnb thing.
Anyway,
That's only
I just
one.
wanted to update you,
One
know
pace.
that that's in the pipeline.
An ex
Working on
A&P
that.
commissioner.
Fix
Yes.
that
A Whataburger
And it
man.
may
Yes.
have to go to the people.
we're not wanting to. We're not wanting to do it.
There's certain things we can do without having to
We're
do
trying to
it.
change,
Only go so
we're
far.
trying to bring that criminal penalties part back into the fold without
Without having to get a rewrite.
being at risk
I understand.
of this new law. Okay, that's all I have.
Okay.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I see it.
Okay.
Is he good? All right. Thank you, guys.
I'm sure Sammy's good.
Thank you, Charlotte, for being here. But Van Buren A&P doesn't have
No one
this
else could
problem,
be
do
you.
they? Their meetings probably just go,
Everybody had a time.
I don't think it ever showed
If-
Nico's picture